Hello guys, how are you? Are you feeling excited? It's gonna be a brand new system. Guys, are you feeling excited? You're gonna be less jealous about your, you know, about someone else's assets. That's the most important thing, guys. Yeah? About your better half assets, your friends' assets, even your family, your business partners, guys. I mean, brand new, exciting era is, waiting outside of your doors. At the moment, you are locked indoors, which is a bit sad, guys. And I mean, this news, as I can see sometimes, for example, now by Reuters 3 days ago, Julian Assange one step closer to extradition to United States. Guys, you need to start to be involved in this new system because you see, even countries are too powerful. They can intervene to each other to interfere. Julian Assange is a citizen with the Australian passport, and I mean, US is interfering, to the UK courts, and these kind of things. On the other side, there is a tension in Ukraine borders between Russia and Ukraine. I mean, there is a uh, danger of some, you know, armies conflict, between these two countries. And what's gonna happen? Ukraine is not in the NATO, so I mean, it's gonna be just, uh, it's gonna be just, bloodbath, bloodbath, and recently in Far East, close to Japan, there is a tension around Taiwan. In both sides, or I mean, these superpowers, are flexing the muscles. China recently executed 250 ballistic missile trials since the beginning of 2021. Also, reportedly tested a nuclear capable hypersonic missile 5 times over Mach speed of sound. Guys, this is, just unbelievable. But I mean, check out the video. Check out the video of Ron Paul's exit interview. Ron Paul's exit interview. Yeah. I mean, two aspects I like the most. Guys, we are capable as a humanity, as a, you know, as a human race, I would call it more roughly. Human race, we are, capable to destroy this planet, 10x, 100 times x. So, two aspects I like from this interview were like, it was like a 7 or 6 years old interview. It doesn't matter. And so Ron Paul's, this libertarian politician, who was in the Congress from the 70s, he was quite concerned about too powerful military industrial complex and contemporary banking system. Yeah, I mean, no doubt about it. I did my research and I found out, about the banking system in the world. It's too powerful, guys. It's too powerful, and it's keeping the human race, humanity in the hostage. To be quite frank with you. For example, in in US, there is a 5,278 local banks with 83,000 branches in the, in the towns and cities. In EU, it's 6,250. I mean, that's the, because, EU regarding the number of inhabitants, it's a bit larger. But in other aspects, I mean, US is leading. Asia, I mean, that was quite decent number. I was expecting quite more, much more. 1,900 brand, I mean, banks. Africa, I didn't find the whole figure, but it was like North Africa, 45 banks. South Africa, 10 banks. I mean, not just 10 branches, but 10, 10 banks, as a, name of the companies. And 41 central banks. Australia, 50 banks. Latin America, 50. I didn't find, I was not able to found out, the precise number. So it was just 50 largest bank. Yeah, let's say. And then, there are other challenges in front of us. For example, China is evolving photonic chip achievement. China made it without a lithography machine, high-end chip technology. I have no clue what does it mean, but basically, another technology they are, they do possess. It's like graphene. That's the graphene material. China's carbon-based chip technology is the first in the world. China Electronic Chips, TSMC slash SMIC. TSMC SMC slash SMIC. Yeah, guys. So that's that's what Elon Musk was saying. China is starting to be far ahead. I mean, guys, you need to hop on these new assets, because there was always some economy on the side. As you can see, governments, it's just too complex, too vast, too vast, uh, field, to comprehend. I mean, that's just it is just too much to follow, and you need to start to be involved as individuals, because governments, they cannot cope with all the aspects. It's just, I mean, even sometimes they are just too vague. They just do not care, or it's taking through the bureaucracy. It's taking just too long to proceed things through the parliaments, through the congress, through the I don't know what can be other names of those institutions. Yeah, I'm going to tell you one example from the 60s. For example, sometimes people are just, some people are just, their thoughts are just they are too advanced. Like, for example, JFK, he had because there was that competition between USSR and US in the space. you know Russians won at the beginning with like a dog, and then with Yuri Gagarin, first human flight to the orbit. But then JFK, President Kennedy saw this as an opportunity to start you know space program, on the large scale, you know, in certain amount of time. Maybe there was like 400,000 or 600,000 people, 400. It doesn't matter, which figure was it, but let's say 400,000 people were working for NASA. I mean, imagine that brainstorming, guys. Imagine 400,000 people, a few geniuses, among them. Yeah. I mean, with higher IQ, RQ, and I mean, then amazing, discoveries might happen. Even sometimes, maybe with the help of aliens, might be, you never know. You never know. And so, even at that time, let's say JFK was facing, that Cuban crisis with missiles, and they were involving this space program with NASA. Imagine how big pressure must be on the finances and budget, and to, I mean, proceed to push forward those changes, just was taking a whole decade, until they went to the moon. It's a quite controversial, I mean, let's say, topic, you know and recently I mentioned this in that video already, in one of the videos. I saw it just by mistake, ITV video. Have I mean, let me check, guys. You see, even, I mean, my memory is not like that. Chinese graphene carbon-based chip. Yeah. So ITV was the moon landing faked? Was the moon landing faked, guys? I don't know. That was 50 years ago, but what those two cosmologists, were trying to say, especially, the guy, uh, uh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what was his. It's Martin. Okay, Martin. So what they were trying to say is that, I mean, during that time, the thing, the problem was that, you know some inventions that Martin was saying, that maybe, at that time they had the technology, nanotechnology, to be able to go to the moon in a second. Or, guys, maybe these technologies do exist, but if we do not have our science, our financial system based on the some digital uh, paradigm, layer, network, you know I can use another word like a Webster or netting, guys. History is repeating back over and over again. Yeah, like in, before Christ, or shortly after the Christ, in Alexandria, in Egypt, a lot of precious books were lost, you know, because, guys, that's always happening. But do not even take, those Romans invasion there. That was part of the process. Yeah, because, those manners, they used to be that, teacher, first female teacher, Hepatisha. But, as I did get this, first female teacher, you know, she was a bit attracting students more with her charm and wisdom, and maybe personality, and it's sometimes also dangerous, guys. It also can be dangerous, these kind of things, yeah. So, and there was guys, in every continent we should embrace the communication, and between the continents, because as you can see now, for example, China is striving with new types of chips which might have a longer longevity than silicon based chips, guys. But then maybe in a then in a few months there might be another discovery from Europe or United States or Russia, guys, or maybe Africa, I don't know, Australia, South Latin America, even Latin America, guys. There used to be also, I mean, we should search in the Latin America, in the Amazon, because there might be those, some tablets library, which might help some interesting, you know, uh, infos from the past. Yeah, like during the Aztecs and Mayans era. Recently I stumbled upon to that fact, like, you know, 500 years ago when Pizarro came with his, 300 soldiers there, and these Aztecs, in their capital, they had those pyramids, and they were even able to predict, the final stages of their civilization. That was amazing. So they decided to sacrifice 20,000, warriors they have kidnapped on their borders, and that was amazing. They were able to do this in 4 days, because they had a few pyramids, 19 pyramids or something. Yeah, guys, so that was amazing, guys. And last time I need to correct myself, because I did a mistake. I was showing you that thing, from that was the last I mean that that was recent news from the former secretary of Fed, or governor of Fed, Janet Yellen's, from the web page. Guys, I hope you've got the pen and piece of paper always, yeah? And guys, if you want to know more about the passive income, yeah, about the passive income, and the ways to create new economy along, the traditional fiat currencies, guys, because we seen, it's not enough. I mean, these governments are, I mean, too slow to implement those changes, and you also need some money, on the side, guys, because I mean, it's just too obvious. You can see all these things, like governments were not listening, I mean, to people like Elon Musk. I mean, when he had that speech 5 years ago about the growing carbon emissions, yeah, in Sorbonne University in Paris, or Bill Gates when he, expressed his concerns, in the TEDx. I think it was the TEDx speech. That there might be some viruses in the future. Yeah, guys. I mean, we need to embrace. I mean, I was quite late in these things. Maybe in 2017, I first time heard about the Bitcoin. Yeah, from some colleague. Even I'm trying to text with him, but now he's he's got a child and he doesn't even bother to send me a message because he's busy with his child. Okay, I've got it. Okay, mate. All right. But guys, seriously, you need to start to get involved in this. And I tell you what, I mean, this Janet Yellen's shocking plan, 150 trillions. Guys, I wanted to correct myself. Last time I was talking, check out that video in my YouTube channel. I was talking about EMF, but I messed up with the spelling. IMF, International Monetary Fund, but EMF is also, it could be electric magnetic field, guys. If you're gonna check out that YouTube channel, you're gonna find out, guys, that even those things are quite crucial, guys, because we need to have money, even more money for research, like some scientists, like let's say Dr. Deborah Davis, or that other guy, who was the other guy from Nigeria. Who is environmental biologist. Yeah, give me a sec. McKellar. Just a moment, and there. That was Nigeria TV, guys. Guys, even check out that video. There is a suspicious that just this involvement of 5G is just running too fast. Yeah, 5G danger. Yeah, guys, it's like yeah, guys. So, yeah. So that is horrible, guys. Cause yeah, check out the video. I said it already, before. The dangers of 5G network to living things, environmental biologist. Yeah, that's a interview with. Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to tell you what I mean. Maybe it's gonna play a bit from this video. And that's, after the 8 minute. Yeah, guys, check it out. That video.
Being very popular is the 5G technology,
Yeah,
and the effect on the humans, or whether or not virus in Nigeria, lives of Nigerians, technology, how does it relate with some? First and foremost, should and give us a sense.
yeah.
A lot
Was
of people think that 5G
Guys,
coronavirus is caused by 5G.
you need to check it out. This video for sure.
There's no evidence to support that. It's just that there's a few things that happen to be very strange coincidences. That's what I think.
How does it relate with reality? Let's get a sense of
sometimes we should slow down in these things.
So a lot of people online down the policy of scientists. We are
4G is pretty much it's called
the backkeller. Yeah, that, guys. So definitely you should start to be interesting in these things. And this new economy is also a chance for you, for those who's got some contribution to the society, new inventions. Yeah, so you can bring you can bring boost to your ideas. New capital, and exciting things might happen, guys. I saw, some video, like some guy was saying, oh, if you got zero expectancy, then exciting things can happen. I mean, that was quite interesting, guys. But also, this was that argument. What I was saying. My speech is bit of here and there, but mini nuclear reactors are coming, and they could reinvent the energy industry. Yeah, guys, because we need to be, we cannot be so long, depending on this coal, and oil, eventually even or gas industry, yeah. And that's the thing, guys. There is a technology, in this video. Mini nuclear reactors are coming, and they could reinvent the energy industry. Around 9 minutes, hundreds of reactors have a pretty safe track comparing to the coal and gas industry. Each problem is with NRC agency, because it's under it's under governance of government, and that's sometimes it's a funding, guys. So we need to, guys, and do not worry. I mean, check it out, the web page with the company, with the company Nebeus.com, and they can provide insurance for these projects, guys. And guys, so feel free to contribute. I mean, to my button, because to the donation button, because guys, these things are happening also in the jurisdiction, like Julian Assange. You should go in front of the central banks, guys, and make protests and ask them for these 100 trillions, or even 150 trillions dollars, which are missing in the world economy. Because World Economic Forum in 2011, they said our financial system needs 100 trillions, and that was 10 years ago, guys. That was 10 years ago, and so far they printed just 25 trillions, so 75 trillions is missing. And Janet Yellen was saying, oh, we're gonna need 150 trillions, guys. But your wages, that is most important thing, your wages were left behind. They were left behind by far 30 years. I heard it in the presentation of Rao Powell. In the presentation of Rao Powell, yeah, give me a sec. Like he said, yeah, exactly. In the video, nobody is telling this. Rao Powell, nobody is telling you this, guys. Or no, why is nobody telling you this secret, guys? That was 2 weeks ago. Why is nobody telling you this secret? And that's regarding the, guys, that's regarding the fact that your wages of the middle class and lower class, yeah, even me, I'm from working class. I mean, my parents were not, I mean, they didn't have a university. Me personally, I've got 2 leaving exams from the high school, because after the first high school, I didn't make it to the uni. I failed on the exam for the law, and then it was quite tough to get there. But guys, sometimes when I see how this law is operating these days, I'm even thankful I didn't make it. I didn't make it, because even, I mean, it was a bit dodgy to get there those days, yeah. I mean, it was like I mean, beginning of 90s, yeah. And then I got, School of Travel and Tourism, and yeah. But most of the time, I spent time, abroad in the UK, and I was working, in the construction industry at the airport, then as a, care assistant, I've been in many jobs and sorts of jobs. Yeah, and guys, these 150 trillions, if we divide it by number of people living on this planet, guys, because I mean, this is the problem. This is the problem these days, guys. We've got, I mean, 2.5 billion people are embanked on this planet and 700 million people are hungry. So if we're gonna do it as Janet Yellen is saying, in the perspective of 3 decades, I mean, to split up these 150 trillions to 3 trillions each year. I mean, that's just gonna be too slow, in my opinion. It's gonna be too slow because we need to also include these guys who are unbanked, 2.5 billion people, guys. There is a tremendous inequality in our society. I heard, from one presentation uh, recently that was, I mean, it doesn't matter who did it. I mean, it was one professor from the UK. I can tell you who is it. It doesn't matter. Uh, he was saying, these notes. Oh my God, guys, you should have some. You see, once upon a time, uh, it doesn't matter, guys. Where it was. That I'm gonna find it. It doesn't matter. But basically he mentioned, 9 billionaires in the world has the same amount of wealth as 3.9 billion people, guys. So half of the planet combined has the same fortune as 9 billion people. Oh, sorry, nine billionaires, top billionaires, guys. So, I mean, we need some equalizer on this planet. We need some unifying factors, guys. Because I mean, that's the same what is happening in the now in the stock market in US. I mean, around the year 2000. I'm, repeating this again, but I mean, repetition is the mother of all wisdom, they say. So, around the year 2000, during the dot-com bubble, I mean, I've got this from the Financial Times, but I'm not subscriber at the moment. I'm subscriber of Telegraph and telegraph.co.uk, and what they say. I mean, in 2000, and that was an article from one journalist. I mean, you can double check that. Around the year 2000, there were like 8,000 stock companies on the New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq and Chicago. But as time went by, now 20 years later, I mean, the amount of company is, was 4 or 5,000, between 4 or 5,000, guys. I mean, the concentration of wealth in the lower amounts of hands, it's not healthy for the economy. And that's why we need this new challenge, these new challenges, guys. So, if you want to no more, guys, and definitely I recommend you, I mean, go to do some protests, before Christmas, and require before, I mean, do not go like, I mean, lost guys, here and there in some central areas. Go in front of the central banks and require, I mean, on the on the fact, that there was that um, recommendation from the World Economic Forum in 2011. World needs 100 trillion banks. So you were basically screwed up. I mean, just 25 trillions were printed, 75 trillions were missing. Uh, Miss Janet Yellen said the world economy is going to need 150 trillions. I mean, it's already due. It's due. It's not just we gonna need it, guys, because your wages, that was mentioned with that Raw Paul video. Why is nobody telling you these secrets, guys? Your wages were growing just tiny amount, 1.3% per year, so it's like 33%, I mean, over the 3 decades or something. I mean, imagine how properties went up, how, I mean, groceries went up, how other, goods just, sort, I mean, during that time, yeah, guys. I mean, many times, over, guys. We need these new assets, definitely, yeah, and start to be involved in this and protest in front of the central banks, guys. It's your legit right, because recently your rights were, tremendously, abused with these lockdowns, guys. This vaccination in some of the countries in Australia, even I witnessed that in Europe. In Australia, they are keeping them in some segregation camps or something, guys. That's not, I mean, that's abuse. I mean, non-legit non-legit abuse of your human rights. I mean, see it from this perspective. Guys, start to involve in this asset. Check it out my webpage. I mean, get involved, yeah, and make donation to the donation button, because you can see even this guy from Missouri. I mean, his name was, I mean, Kevin Strickland. I mean, that name, Strickland. Here, US, sometimes the prison system is really strict. I mean, they couldn't find better. I mean, they couldn't find better uh, victim of the prison system. Yeah, Missouri man, um, exonerated after serving 43 years in prison for triple murder he didn't commit, guys. And how is this prison system many times? It's like oh my god, guys, even this guy was not entitled to have a wheelchair. He need to, uh, gave back the wheelchair, and if not generous, members of public, folks are not organizing crowdfunding for him. I mean, he even didn't get compensation, so now he's got $1 million, guys. But imagine, for 43 years, even it's not enough. But at least, guys, you see, I mean, people made donation, and this guy was finally able to go, I mean, to some beach, I mean, to see the ocean, sea, whatever. Yeah, guys. So make donations, and I'm going to introduce you, I mean, the way of passive income, because it's necessary, guys. As you can see, your wages were left behind. I mean, your employers, I mean, literally, I'm repeating this over and over again. I mean, you don't have much, room to, navigate or to, speculate or whatever. Guys, you should definitely, I'm calling this concept of ABCDE. A, you should definitely hop on this. Yeah, hop on this. B, I mean, try to go to your employer, to your big companies, even small companies are even more struggling. Try to go to them and explain them. Oh, you know what? I saw yesterday. I mean, I wanted to buy a pesto for, pasta, pesto, and it was like a double price. I mean, like it was 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, did my wages uh, rise 100% during the last 3 or 4 years, guys? Definitely they didn't. I mean, those guys, guys, that's why the smartest, the most intelligent people with highest EQ, RQ developed this new system. Yeah, guys, because I mean, it was just too complex. I mean, too 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 difficult to comprehend, too difficult to figure out, too difficult to grasp, to get your heads around. I mean, this, financial labyrinth, guys. Yeah, so that's why these people develop this new blockchain technology, because there was just too many frauds in the past. Even now, I mean, check out this article. Thousands of fraudsters infiltrate banks to steal our data, by Harry Brennan. I used to work for O'Neill and Brennan. Yeah, guys. So this banking system can be easily, hacked. I mean, many jobs. I mean, I have watched yesterday the Bloomberg. I mean, these new companies in AI, they are evolving the, you know, cyber and robotics, um, members of staff, I can call it. I mean, robotization, behind the doors. Yeah, in many sectors it's already in place, guys. So maybe in 5 years 50% of you might lose your job and become replacement, guys. So you need to start to be involved, in new courses, and there are things like education. Yeah, guys, you need better food, more flourishing. We need a new transport, faster, or more efficient trains, electric, hybrid, hydrogen cars. Yeah, and guys, so stay tuned, stay positive, and contribute to my donation button. Yeah, guys, and we can start it from there. Yeah, and because I mean, also I want to move to some more, gawky, do not be in this clumsy, living room environment, guys. And yeah, I mean, I want to go to some V2, V2 rework space, yeah, because I have seen the interview with CEO. I mean, now they are kind of bouncing back this rework environment, guys. So, I like to socialize with people, yeah, guys. So, guys, so get involved, yeah, get involved in this and contribute to my donation button and take the advantage of the free stuff and try to I mean get your heads around these new things like you can have tokens, guys, those who do not have any shares, especially in Europe, even it could be even in US. You can you can have, now I've got a little bit problems with Wi-Fi. So you can have, guys, you can have new tokens. I can show you. And guys, definitely try to get your heads around, wrap your heads around this new industry. Yeah, I mean, 100%, guys. There's no other way, just to, because we need also new assets for, that ODT in the cars, object detection technology. I said already, because, some economies are already in 130% in debt, and that is unbearable, guys. They are just touching the debt ceiling. Yeah, I mean, but I wouldn't criticize this, because, guys, we can learn from each other. In Europe, for example, I would definitely embrace the working contracts regarding the dentist care plans and other, I mean, let's say healthcare plans, which are quite often in US. In China, I mean, now they are striving in these new chips. I mean, they should probably, I mean, slow down the coal power stations. And in Korea, they are very advanced with crypto implementations. They've got already 13,000, crypto cash machines. In uh, in uh, for example, in Africa, what I've been there just in Tunisia 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. And probably they need to do the, water canal from I mean, Libya, maybe to the Sahara Desert. Because, I mean, if they can kind of, make Sahara green, they can grow a lot of plants there. I mean, I have seen some, project about this, Sahara kind of cultivation, or, some kind of Sahara, as a agriculture, you know, option. Yeah, guys. So, uh, Australia, guys, and regarding the transport, I'm going to. That's also another thing. I mean, these big ship containers and these cruise lines, I mean, they are polluting just too much. I mean, let's say one cruise ships can pollute like as 13 million, as a 13 million cars per year, guys. But that also can be sorted out with, let's say, I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. It's like for example, these it could be also sorted out with nuclear, like For example, Russians, they've got those nuclear ships, so they've got the technology which they are using in the, Nordic, those polar territories, and also, I mean, the US, they've got this technology. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, Russians have nuclear icebreakers. Uh, Check it out, the video, nuclear icebreakers, Russians atomic fleet of Arctic ice busters. And then also US, they got also, I mean, some ships with this technology already. So, I mean, guys, technology is here. We just need also new assets to involve, cause I mean, guys, and another, that's definitely one of the major arguments I'm advocating for this economy is we need